Okay, we are back. Welcome again to Hidden Treasure Moments podcast. I am Kara Adams. My husband is my co-host today, Troy Adams. And we are kind of talking about love, talking about relationships. And when we left on the break, we were talking about, okay, what advice can you give to women who, are on that kind of in that journey of finding a lifelong partner?
Yeah, that's a good one. At the end of the day, I believe that we all want a partner. We all want someone to love and want to be loved. And I think the one thing I would say is that almost forget the list, but put yourself in a position. I always would say, put yourself in a position to get a good partner, right? I don't think that you can find the partner at the club. You might be able to, and by all means you can. But if you're into the club scene, then maybe that's going to be cool because they're going to always want to be at the club, right? If you're into business, then you may want to find someone in that business arena. If you're into church, again, maybe you want to find them. Church to me sometimes is off and on because you have some of the people at the club going to the church to find their mate. So that's just, unfortunately, that's just real talk. But at the end of the day, forget the list.
Okay.
Like, work on yourself. And I think when you're ready, God will send you that mate, will send you that person. And then look at the pluses and the minuses because they are real. Like the things that you don't like are magnified by 100%. The things that you do like don't magnify as much.
Yeah.
So, and they may not even be real.
You kind of forget.
Yeah, and they might not be real, right? They could be giving you, like the caller said, at least like that may be the person that they think you want. So, no, just get yourself ready, humble yourself, and just be ready. Yeah. Right? And then be ready to work at the end of the day. Be ready to work at your relationship. Till death do you part means till death do you part.
Yes.
That's for me, that was the biggest thing. Yeah.
And I would say that, it's funny as I've had male friends who've gotten married or, who are dating, I always tell them that who she says she is, typically she is. So if she's like, I like brand names. I like the newest model of the car. What you want, what you got, I want. If she's like that when you're dating, she's going to be like that when you're married.
And then some.
And then some. So if, she, a good telltale sign is if she's got all designer bags, if she's got Louis Vuitton, if she's got Prada, if she's got all these bags, but she didn't pay for any of them.
Run like hell.
Run. Because that's going to tell you a lot about her. If she's living above her means, run. If she don't know what a credit report is, run.
You're going to get some hate mail. Yeah. See, that's why I said, fellas, you got to read the book Hidden Treasure. This is the first time my wife is making it real. No. I'm telling you, that's some real talk right there. Oh my God.
No, but it helps.
I'm buying you lunch for that.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Oh my God.
Thank you, baby. But really, it helps us all in the long run because a lot of the times we're trying to meet what we think you want. But if we see that really you want us to be our true authentic selves, if you want us to communicate and let you know what we like, what feels good, what, the places we like to go, then create a safe place so that if I say, I like to go salsa dancing, or if she says, I like to go salsa dancing, then go salsa dancing. If the only place you go is the place you like to go, there's a problem there. So just as, if you're looking for trouble, you're going to find it. If you don't do the things both partners want to do, then one's going to feel like their opinion doesn't matter. So I'm not beating up on women because it's the same. I think it's kind of that same concept for men. If he's always puffing up his chest, but you can't see where his money comes from, that's a problem. If he is, oh God, okay, I'm gonna go into one because I know he's not watching. But I ain't gonna say his name. But I dated a guy who was multimillionaire, had a ton of money. But every time we would go out, he would make me pay.
God, I hope he's watching. God, I hope he's watching. Go ahead. I'm going to say his name.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
But he would make me pay. And so I'd be like, why do I have to pay? Like, I'm not a money hungry person. I'm not a gold digger, but I do want to be treated like a lady, and I shouldn't have to pay every time we go out. Mm-hmm. He's got money. So like in my head, I was thinking, okay, something ain't quite right. And so, okay, ladies, I'm not saying you have to do this, but I found his bank statement because I wanted to make sure that who he said he was who he was. And yes, he did have that money in the bank. So I was like, okay. But then what I recognized is like, I shouldn't have to do all of that. So I'm telling myself one more time. I've changed since then a lot. I've changed a lot. But then I found that he would keep like a stash of cash. So then I started... I don't know if you know the story, but then I started like I would take out $200-$300, and then I would put his wallet or whatever back in his bag, and then and then I would use that money to pay for when we were going out to dinner or when we were going to lunch. Like I wouldn't use it to buy stuff for myself.
Women are so crappy.
But I was like, I ain't gonna keep paying. Like that don't make no sense. And so, but he got game. He got hip to my game because then he started like he would put the remote on top of the bag, or like he would like place it just so he would know if I was like going in it or getting money out of it. But then I like would take a picture of it so I knew like how he placed it. I'd go in and get the money, and then I would put it back. But I'm just saying. I don't know why I went down that road. But, those were big red flags. It was red flag for him that, he was dating a klepto. And then it was red flags for me that he didn't want to not just share, but just, treat me like a lady and take me out and pay. He didn't have to do it all the time. Yeah. But like, when you see red flags in the beginning, it means that there's a fire brewing at the end.
That was a dude right before me, too.
Yeah, he was right before you.
I know he was. He had that tongue. I'm sorry. See, I'm just saying.
So crass.
I am crazy. But it goes back. He did not do what hit your heart.
No.
At the end of the day, it's not about how much money sometimes we have.
No.
Together, we've done way better than what we could have done apart when we're on the same page. But a lot of times, we look at the list of what you want or the female wants and what the male wants, and we don't ever focus together. That's why, to me, people get divorced. That's why we separate. Mm-hmm. And once I kind of knew where your heart is. I still know where your heart and what you like, what you don't like. The real question is, do I want to do those things in order to make you happy? Mm-hmm. And ultimately, as we've grown here over the last couple of years, especially, we do things that help and want our spouse to be happy.
Yeah.
So to me, that's where the list is taking the list once you get together with that significant other and saying, okay, what makes my wife happy? What makes my husband happy? And focus on doing those things, even though there may become a time when it's 70-30 when they may not be doing the same thing for you.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's what we have to do.
And it's funny that we're talking about this all on Valentine's Day because like, if if your husband or your wife didn't do anything for you for Valentine's Day, but say like Happy Valentine's Day, like, how does that make you feel? Mm-hmm. And have they been putting enough, gas in your tank, enough love in your heart to where it, one day shouldn't make that big of a difference? Yeah. Like, for me, Troy is good about the everyday love, not quite so good at like the Valentine's, like birthday day kind of love. Like he's not like a one big event. And I'm fine with that. I know you and I'm good with it, but I know he does like that. He does like, getting gifts and seeing that I'm thinking about him and like, if he needs something and just says it and I happen to get it, like that's how we show each other love and that we're thinking about each other every single day. And so like this morning, I'm going to toot my own horn. Like I got my son flowers, I got my husband flowers, I got them chocolate, I got my husband jeans. And it's because I'm not always so good about the everyday stuff.
Right.
And so, you know, this is my opportunity to remind you and to remind myself how much I love you.
I appreciate that. For sure.
And I want our son, thank you, baby. But I want our son to see that it's okay to give, but it feels good too to receive.
Right.
And that for him to see it's okay for a woman to give, you know, daddy and to give, I call him papa, to give papa, you know, to give him things, you know, pieces of love or things to remind us. And I don't think that we do that enough for our spouses and for our mates. And we have this huge level of expectation. But, you know, just me being able to live in my purpose is what, what are you doing?
She's always worried about what I'm doing. At the end of the day, I'm going to cut you off because that's what I do best. Look, hidden treasure. First off, I want to thank the dude before me. I really want to say your name so bad.
Don't.
You have no idea. I have no idea. But, dude, thank you because truly you gave up your hidden treasure. But behind, to me, it's like the same deal. No, it is. You know, the best jewelry is not in the case.
Yeah.
It's back there in the bag. And he just didn't get it. He was looking on the surface. And thank you for blessing me with my own hidden treasure. Because you lost it. And that's, for me, has been through thick and thin.
Yeah.
Through thick and thin, you have been my ride or die.
Yeah.
Through thick and thin, no matter what, whether you were telling me go get a job or everything else, when you knew I was at my lowest, you made sure you're there to pick me up. And to me, that's what it's all about in regards to relationships. So, yes, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah. Mwah. Happy Valentine's Day to my wife, to you out there. And we look forward to, I look forward to doing this again.
Yes, and we want to say, you know, thank you to all of our viewers, to anybody who's listening, to everyone who has supported us. We really want to say thank you to our sponsor. We have an amazing new sponsor, which is Creative Solutions Marketing and Printing. Without you, it would be hard to make this happen. Remember, we're having a one-day VIP retreat. Everything about us you can get on our website, which is I was going to say my old employer, www.karaadams.com. And then finally, I also want to thank Felicia, the poetess, and Morris Media Studios for helping to really make a dream that I didn't even know was a dream to come true. And don't forget to go out and to buy Hidden Treasure. Please support me. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on my website. You know, it's super easy to find, and we appreciate you and we appreciate the support. Remember, you can find us every Thursday at 10:30 in the morning from 10:30 to 11:30. So until next time, love each other, be good to each other, and look for your hidden treasures. Until next time.